buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense...
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around, and that's why he needed the timeout.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Anderson, he's checked in for Villanueva. Harris comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Williams. Now here's Barea to stop the run, and it's blocked. And now Kobe running the floor all by himself.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Now here's Barea. D right on him. Cannot hit. Davis with some nice D.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
And guys, what a spark plug J.J. Barea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs. Saw it back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
Great point. I mean, he has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. I mean, he just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that.
Now here's Bryant. Beyond the arc. They get the rebound. And finished off by Yao.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second-guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
And Cleveland making a change here. Verjau's checked in. Now here's Barea. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Kevin, not a single point in this quarter for him. Obviously, not what they need right now. He's got to score.
And that one's good. McGrady. And for Black, Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early. As the season wore on and the Cavs got tougher, those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA, but this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial.
Here is Bryant after Devin Harris's score. There's McGrady. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. McGrady's got 7.
Always fun to watch Kobe setting other people up.
Now here's Barea. Defense right on him.
Cavaliers foul called. Steve Francis. That's his first personal foul.
.11 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Parsons. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Here's Kobe, and that one's good.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Cavaliers lead by 19. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Had a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected throughout the ups and downs of the NBA season.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even keel. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You know, you go out and play as hard as you can, live with the results.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing to see the pressure he's dealt with and the way he's handled it with that even-keeled nature. You know, he's as solid and steady as they come at this point in his career. Nothing phases him. Nothing rattles him.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
Tracy McGrady is out there with Barber. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's Anderson Varejao. And it's LeBron in at the 3. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Now here's Barea. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. 5 to shoot. That's good.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Now Williams, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Good.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Barber passes to Davis. Fires for 3. And James gets it to go on the assist by Davis. 9 points for LeBron.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Let's go. That's his first personal foul.
And Chandler Parsons, boy, he can really give you a whole lot of everything. Length, quickness, skills, can shoot, pass, rebound, defend, the total package.
Free throw good. Parsons. And back to Chandler Parsons. His versatility is so valuable to any scheme. We've now seen that in both Houston and Dallas. He gives you percentages and good production every time out.
He does, Kevin, but the one area where I'd like to see him improve is his physical. Strength. I mean, to take his game to the next level, he's got to be able to play through contact a little bit better. If he can do that, we're talking about a guy who could be a perennial all-star.
And he gets it to go.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Outside Williams. No luck. And Cleveland will come the other way. Now Cleveland moving it up. Here's Jordan. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And we've seen Dallas just be fantastic since the start of the new millennium. Year in and year out, they seem to always win 50 games. Hit that mark again last season.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Williams against Jordan. Williams kicks to Felton. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Cavaliers leading by 22. Well, last season they won 50, Greg, as you just said. That marked Clark the 12th time. It happened since 2000.
Well, clearly this franchise has been committed to winning. I mean, you hear that from a lot of franchises, but they often aren't willing to take the risk that the Mavericks take. The Mavs do a good job of putting their money where their mouth is.
And when you watch Wes Matthews, you see he's just a fantastic perimeter defender, Clark. He can match up well at either the 2 or the 3.
His combination, Kevin, of length and strength and lateral movement make him an outstanding defensive player.
And he can't hit the second.
And for Matthews, you know, he knows that he's a strong defender. And so last year, his claim was that he was the best two-way shooting guard in the NBA.
Outside Felton. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by James. Parsons with a screen on James. Nobody near Parsons. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Listen, he has a chance to be considered the best two-way player at his position, and not sure if he is the clear-cut winner of that debate, but he is in the conversation. Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Williams following the score by Cleveland. Rebound by Yao. Yao's got 6 rebounds in the game.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Now, here's Felton. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 6 to shoot. He sinks the 11-footer.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he has right there.
A different look for Dallas. Pachulia, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. Anderson comes in for Wesley Matthews. Devin Harris subbed in for Williams. The drive by Jordan. Good. Jordan's got 6 in the quarter.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Here's Harris. Following the basket by Michael Jordan. Here's Felton. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. The Cavaliers leading by 23. Here's Yao. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They are a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. There's a minute 34 left in the second quarter. And Anderson kicks to Pachulia. In the corner, it's Harris. Dallas moving it around. And he gets it to go.
The assist, Devin Harris.
1:16 left now here in the second.
Now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Here's Francis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Nice shot by Felton.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Down low, here's Yao. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Raymond Felton. Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. the bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
Correa, no good.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
The shot by McGrady, no good.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Barea dishes to Pachulia. 4 seconds left. The shot no good. Bryant. No good. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Cavaliers on top, just dominating this one. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with LeBron, and you obviously have been very productive. How pleased are you with where you're getting the basketball and how you're scoring?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
Boy, it was rough down there in the paint, and they were just dominant, taking it to the rack. But that's what you have to be willing to do. Take the action to the heart of the competition without any fear. That's why this is already a blowout.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
Well, they run into a very hot shooting team tonight, fellas. And you combine a hot shooting team.
That wraps it up for halftime as the game is just about to get going.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Tremendous output from Yao. He has 9 rebounds, and he's also been picking up some nice assists here and there, too.
And Clark, that needs to continue. When he has an opportunity to get an open teammate the ball, he has got to make that a priority.
On the floor for Dallas, Charlie Villanueva out there with Chandler Parsons. Then there's Pachulia. Then it's Matthews, and it's Williams at the 1 spot.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
For Cleveland, they have been perfect at the... The line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. The free throw good from Kevin Garnett.
Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
Now here's Williams. Pulls it from the elbow. That's tipped, but he recovers it. Clock is at 3. The 3 from Matthews. Can't hit. And Cleveland the other way now.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Cavs were very strong against the West. 18-12 record for them overall, second only to the Hawks in the East.
And they really turned it on against the West from mid-January on. How about going 14-1 in the West in their last 15 matchups, and that included a 10-game win streak against the West.
Parsons attacking. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Parsons got his 3rd basket of the night. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
For Dallas, they've gotten just 1 of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Now against Villanueva. Here's Parsons. Rebound by Yao. Yao's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Mavericks making a switch here. Felton's checked in. Jordan's gone 5 of 7 from the field. That's over 71% actually. Pass to Pachulia. Felton against Jordan. Outside Felton. Matthews, no one around him, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
Let's go.
6 points for Wesley Matthews. And for Raymond Felton, last year was nothing short of a disaster. Missed the first 31 games with an ankle injury sustained in preseason, and he played for a poor team. And things, you know, Greg, being the leader, the ball handler like you were, they just never got much better for Felton as the season went on.
Yeah, the problem when you have that issue early on, the season isn't going to wait for you. Right. You know, you're basically in catch-up mode, and so because of that, he never got into any kind of a rhythm when he was available to play. And that's not surprising, given that he averaged less than 10 minutes a game for the season after averaging 33 a game for his entire career.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
And, you know, getting back to Raymond Felton, it looked at one point like he would become the league's next great playmaker, drafted 5th overall in 2005, immediately after Darren Williams and Chris Paul. Felton never quite reached the stratosphere of his fellow draft mates.
And Cleveland making a change here. Beal's checked in. Cleveland leading by 23. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. That one's off. He's made 5 and missed 3 now. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Parsons passes to Matthews. Parsons sets a screen for Matthews. Over in the corner, Williams. And he gets it to go from the corner. Williams has got 6.
And one last thought about Raymond Felton. I really feel like he's at that classic crossroads in one's career. If his conditioning is there, if he's healthy, he still has the skills and the moxie to make a difference. It just comes down to him wanting to make that effort, which gets harder after a decade of wear and tear on your body.
Anthony Davis. Latrell Sprewell. Steve Francis.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. To the inside, Beal. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Beal's got his first 2 points of the night. And Matthews with the basket on the assist by Felton.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Williams against Beal. Drops in the layup for 2. Beal's got his second bucket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Ryan is checked in for Cleveland. McGrady comes in for Beal. Dallas also making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Matthews. Harris comes in for Darren Williams. And Barea subbed in for Raymond Felton. Cleveland on defense. Back to Anderson. He feeds it to Barea. Parsons against LeBron. And Parsons kicks to Anderson. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Anderson's got his first points in this one. Bryant dishes to James. Off target with his 3. Mavericks trail by 21. 1:43 left in the third quarter. Here's Barea. And Davis sends it back. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Kobe. Here's Francis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Cleveland.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Nice job coming off that screen. Berea's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Passes it to Francis. The feed to McGrady. For 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
And that one's good.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Berea kicks to Anderson. And there's the pass to Harris. The three-pointer off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 20. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Now here's Berea, guarded closely. It's deflected. Here's Davis. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Here's Kobe. They've got Yao. Kobe is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's the mayor, and it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Screen by Villanueva. Here's Parsons. No good. Great D that time from Jordan. Up the floor. The shot's good from Bryant. Kobe's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Cavs. The Mavericks shooting 41% for the game. Got a piece of it. And now Davis pushing it up. No one back to stop him. A pull-up. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And as they always seem to do, the Mavs feasted on the Eastern Conference last season. Dallas would end up with 50 wins on the year, and 21 of them coming against the East.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Yao. Garnett comes in for Anthony Davis. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Jordan. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Barber. And that one's good. 10 points for Kobe Bryant. As you said, the Mavs just taking it to the Eastern Conference. It's been that way for a long time, it seems. They've really clocked out that number.
Well, under the Mavs' current ownership, they have never had a losing record against the Eastern Conference, Kevin. Beating up the East is why they've been in the playoffs so much in the last 15 years.
High-quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-E, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark. Williams passes to Matthews. Thompson comes with the double team. It's tipped. Back to Matthews. They set the pick. Shot clock at 6. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
Here's Powell. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Bad time for these defenders to be standing around watching. Not while the ball's in his hands.
And Kobe, here we go. Cleveland moving the ball around. Garnett. Darren Williams grabs the miss. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Bryant can't get that one to fall. Mavericks shooting 39% from the floor, at their best. For 3, Felton, and it's denied. Thompson outside, takes a 3, and that is good.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Here's Matthews. Williams against Thompson. Williams kicks to Powell. Matthews into the lane. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Anderson, he's checked in for Dallas. Felton against Beal. Felton kicks to Anderson. Good. And a nice assist from Felton.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Varejao, and good. He got the English that time as it falls.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. To the paint, here's measuring. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Boy, that was a pretty feed from Raymond Felton.
Beal dishes to Garnett. The fadeaway. No good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. There's the screen. Outside, Felton. And a miss there on the triple. For Cleveland, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
Matthews against Thompson. That's short off the rim.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
Here's Felton. Off on that one. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, tell us a bit about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was plenty of intensity on the floor.
We knew that today was going to have that type of feel. It's two teams that have the same aspirations, and that's winning the NBA championship. So, great game. It went down to the wire, and we gave our beautiful fans a great show today, and It was fun.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like